concurrent viewer, I know despite my stream of, how long was it? 90 minutes? I didn't get round to talking about the theme of the day, the subject of the day, which is that of love. It was 1 hour and 50 minutes, nearly 2 hours, and I forgot to talk about it, and I will make it St Valentine's Day tradition for me to talk about the different varieties of love. And they are, of course, the most intoxicating love of all is that of romantic love. It is, I think, to that we owe our existence if we want to think that even if our parents are no longer in love with each other, they were once in love with each other, and if they were never once in love with each other, they might have been, briefly anyway, in lust with each other, and they committed the necessary act through which we were conceived and then born. So really, this is a day to be commemorated and celebrated, because I suppose those of us who are not doing anything romantic tonight will be commemorating past loves that didn't quite make it into the present. But that's all right. It is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. And possibly it is what keeps us keeping on. Now let us go through the different kinds of love other than the one that we always think about when we think of the most intoxicating form of love. There is the love of friendship and the love of family, not involving any sex. So according to this article, there are 7 types of love: eros, which we all know is sex and romance; philia is the love of friendship; and something called storge or storge. And this article misspells it and calls it storage. Let me see if I can find the correct way of pronouncing storge.
Storage.
Right, so it's called storge, and it means the natural or instinctual affection as of a parent for a child, and presumably a child for its parent. Agape. This is an ambiguous love and relates more to enjoyment than an actual bond. Agape is often used to describe a person's relationship with God or with things they appreciate. And this is actually the one I want to talk about. But let us go through the other ones that I'm not actually familiar with. Ludus. Ludus is about enjoying the moment. It is playful love. It can be confused for eros, which is often the case of unrequited love, but it is strictly platonic like philia. Ludus is casual, fun, and can be long-lasting like the case of close friendships. It is a shared experience without the pressure of eros or the physical urges that accompany it. Ludus requires time to grow and mature. It is a following on the philia beyond the initial friendship stage. Have you Have you ever felt the love of ludus, boys and girls? John William asks if I use a Cambridge dictionary. I don't use a Cambridge dictionary. I actually prefer the free dictionary. It's got the best definitions, in my view, and I believe it's American. So where was I? Ludus, yes, playful love. I think I do feel this sort of thing for, yes, a certain person. Pragma. This is a type of romantic love where the relationship has transcended the physical need and moved on from the powerful urges that accompany the beginning of a relationship. Pragma is about compatibility and steadiness. It is about shared interests and compatibility that often blooms out of arranged marriages where eros doesn't exist. Unlike ludus, pragma is not about fun or enjoyment, but connection alone. In pragma relationships, partners understand that there are things they don't like about the other, but choose to ignore them in favour of the things they do enjoy. So it is the pragmatic love of a marriage. Philotia. Not sure. Oh, I can try and find the correct pronunciation of it. It's a Greek word. But not in the free dictionary. It's in the Merriam-Webster though. No, it's not. It's something called Philistia, which is not what I want.
Hi guys, in this video we are looking to pronounce a Greek word which means self-love. And how do we go about pronouncing it? Philautia. 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 Let's try it again. Philautia.
Alright.
Philautia.
So we know it's self-love. So the Greeks thought there were 4 different kinds of love: agape, storge, philia, and eros. Which is done in the right order, I think. So the highest form of love is agape, which is love of God, which is a spiritual love. So it's love of ideas. And of course, in terms of abstract ideas, the Abrahamic God encompasses the biggest, the most powerful idea of all. Because you can't get anything more powerful than the idea that a supreme being might exist. it is through this love that we get our religion, through which we get our morality, through which we get our principles, which assist us in being honest, rational and moral members of society. And that's really all I want to say on the subject. Evelyn, for you ask if there is a St Valentine. I believe so. Let's have a look at who he was. He was a 3rd century Roman saint, commemorated in Western Christianity on the 14th of February and in Eastern Orthodoxy on July the 6th. From the High Middle Ages, his saint's day has been associated with a tradition of courtly love. He's also a patron saint of tyranny, epilepsy and beekeepers. St Valentine was a clergyman, either a priest or a bishop in the Roman Empire, who ministered to persecuted Christians. He was martyred and his body buried at a Christian cemetery on the Via Flaminia on February the 14th, which has been observed as a feast of St Valentine since at least the 8th century. Relics of him were kept in the church and catacombs of St Valentino in Rome, which remained an important pilgrim site throughout the Middle Ages until the relics of St Valentine was transferred to the church of Santa Prassede during the pontificate of Nicholas IV. His skull, crowned with flowers, is exhibited in the Basilica of Santa Maria in Cosmedin, Rome. Other relics of him were taken to Whitefriars Street Carmelite Church in Dublin, Ireland, where they remain. Oh, so a bit of St Valentine is in Ireland. This house of worship continues to be a popular place of pilgrimage, especially on St Valentine's Day for those seeking love. At least 2 different St Valentines are mentioned in the early martyrologies. Oh, well, anyway, he's a real person. So there you go. Thank you very much for your question. Effluent for you. And now I will end this stream in order to start another one on a different subject. I like to observe stream discipline, so that my content is more easily discovered and found.